So Robert is the CEO of bitmymoney.com. It's a Dutch crypto platform. And the reason why I have invited him is because um, last December, I think. Robert, there you are.
Hey, how you
Oh,
doing?
Robert, I was just punching myself on my red nose, my red clown's nose, that out of all the guests that I had to invite, I forgot you. I cannot believe it.
No
But
problem.
you came in last second, man. Thank you a lot for that. I was just giving a small introduction about your personality and what you are doing. You are the only Bitcoin maximalist that is welcome today
Mm.
because although you proclaim to be a
Didi
Bitcoin,
is also welcome, huh?
yeah, but although you proclaim, Didi is not calling himself a Bitcoin maximalist, Robert is,
Not
but in
anymore,
his
I guess.
actions, he is very different from many other maximalists because I have been reading your latest blog post on bitmymoney.com that was published, I believe, on the 30th of December. And it made me realize again how incredible big our challenge is. Um,
Yes, indeed.
because you had a user of your platform that spoke about his experience with Bitcoin. And, for the most part, I'm thinking out of my own being. I have difficulties thinking how other people perceive what we are doing. And I think you are making an excellent bridge to for the let's call them the normal people and all the crypto enthusiasts. And we spoke already. We know each other for about 10 years, I think. And the last time that we started a new conversation was about 1.5 months ago when your alliance of Dutch Bitcoin companies
Yes.
won a court case against the Dutch central bank. And I congratulated you on the battle that you were fighting on behalf of all of Bitcoin. And well, we have limited time. You are a busy man.
No, no.
Well, we can stay. You can stay, of course. Um, but in general, please introduce maybe bitmymoney.com. And I would really like to hear from you. What is your outlook for this year or any topic, Bitcoin related topic is welcome here, Robert. We haven't really prepared a specific talk or a specific
No, no.
subject, but
Well, first, I have not watched the rest of the stream today,
Mhm.
so I will begin with congratulations with the 15th birthday of Bitcoin. I was up quite late last night, I should say, writing an article on the birthday of comparing Bitcoin and the euro.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, Bit My Money, we're not. I would say I'm a maximalist because I'm very convinced. And of course, I did touch some other coins in the past, even EFL.
Yes.
Um,
And your platform also trades Ethereum and Litecoin and gold.
yes, indeed. Yeah,
So
but
that is,
but the official stand is, well, not well. My personal opinion is that Bitcoin and gold are the most interesting coins to have. If you, I mean, we hope that gold will be the gateway drug for people to start with Bitcoin eventually, because if you switch your savings from euro to gold, you are better off most of the time in a
yes,
few
yes.
years than if you hold them in the bank in euros. And I watched the rate. There's over 10% increase in 2 years.
Mhm.
Long standing. The gold price is rising, so that's good. And then you can swap your gold to Bitcoin with us. And we hope that our solution helps normal
Mhm.
people,
Yes, yes, yes.
um, without without bling bling, no fuss, just easy savings in Bitcoin. And so I'm not a maximalist or our company is not a maximalist company. It's actually we're Bitcoin first. That's what we call it.
But that's a nice term. That's a nice
Yeah.
term.
But
The-
personally, I don't think in the long run. Well, I'm not against altcoins. It's more that I think all these altcoins are a different asset class in itself. So Bitcoin is only aiming for now to be a store of value,
Mhm.
to be the digital gold, to the base layer of the new money. And Ethereum or Cardano or Lisk, it's broader. It's not the same. So it can be innovative. It can be valuable in a way, but I don't think it will be the world-changing world currency that
Yeah, yeah,
I hope Bitcoin will be.
yeah. Well,
So that's about it. Yeah.
if you missed the introduction, my main goal of today is to connect different communities and to acknowledge that the group of people that is in Bitcoin today is incredibly small and that we have a lot of work to do to reach out to a much bigger, larger audience, and that we all need each other because everybody has its own talent and its own way of looking at things, and that our common enemy, in a way, I see it like that, is this central banking system that is so unfair, that creates money based on violence. And that's what we need to acknowledge as our opponent. And that is what I often have. That's why I often clash with Bitcoin maximalists that only want to see a store of value and then use fiat as their way of spending. If we really want to build the dream of Satoshi Nakamoto of peer-to-peer cash, every community out there, if they believe they have a good reason for a blockchain, try it and connect yourself with Bitcoin. See that as the backbone of a new world economy, but try to avoid using those debt currencies because that is, in my opinion, the what creates so much
Yeah.
problems in the world
Well,
today.
I kind of follow your thinking, but I don't completely agree, unfortunately. Well, at least
That's
I
okay.
agree in the long term. I think we have the same end goal, and that is to abolish the central bank, to expose their stories to be faulty.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I
in a
do
way.
think that if you try to use Bitcoin as money currently, it's like the hard route, and it's not. I don't think it's that effective. So I
Mhm.
think saving Bitcoin is also using Bitcoin. It's using
Okay.
Bitcoin, and it will, if people will start emptying the bank accounts and pouring it into Bitcoin, and not necessarily with us. I mean, be my guest, buy a hardware wallet, save it yourself. But you have then the banks will run out of money eventually. It's not going that fast, but it will happen. Then they can't provide mortgages. So it will run into a system. No, it will run to the banks, and the central banks will run into trouble because they built this pyramid on top of like this small amount of money. And I think so. Saving Bitcoin is also using Bitcoin and spending Bitcoin. I mean, in the Netherlands, at least, we don't have a spending problem. We don't have a payments problem.
True, true. This is 100% true.
Yeah. And um,
We have
I
actually
don't
in the
use
Netherlands.
Bitcoin very often as a payment method unless I pay something online, so cross border or online. I even send money to friends in Ghana, for example, and they exchange with a local partner to mobile money or to pay some debt they have.
Yeah.
Um,
And the thing is that if you only use it as a store of value and you are still switching it back at some point, those coin, sorry, those that fiat currency that is stored still on some bank account. Also, if I deposit my euros to your platform has a bank account that stores these euros in a way, I
yeah,
assume.
well, we don't hold euros for customers.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that's quite different. It was not by decision. It was more that when we started, and if we would have to hold euros, it would be electronic money. So we would have to register with the AFM, and I thought it was not necessary. So you can only buy with Bitcoin with Ideal or bank, not a bank deposit,
Right.
bank transfer,
Yeah.
and it will be exchanged to Bitcoin immediately. We hold your Bitcoins, and then you can send the Bitcoins to your own wallet, or you can leave them with us in a kind of a savings account, or you can swap to gold. But we don't hold euros for customers. So I think that's in line with what you would be saying.
Yes, that's true. That's true. It's a little different than I think, for example, a Bitvavo, for example, who is allowing people to.
Yeah, you would send €1,000 first, or pay €1,000 with Ideal. They hold it in your account, and then you can swap the euros to cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
True.
And the real reason why I got you here today is to congratulate you on that victory against the Dutch Central Bank. Of course, there is a next court case. There is a follow-up on that. I believe it's
Yeah.
in May or in April.
I'm not even sure.
Well,
It
I'm
will
sure
take
that
some
I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch it. What is your outlook on this year? The ETF is broadly expected to happen soon.
Well, one small thing. I don't mind the regulation. So I am standing with the court case because I think the Dutch Central Bank overstepped what was necessary for the regulation. They did not contact the market. They did not contact us, but they were some like hautain, how would you call it? Zelfingenomen.
Yeah.
They thought they knew best, and then they made it very hard for the few companies that did register, and they left holes in the marketplace for the Binance and Coinbase and other big corporations to step in and take the market. So
Yeah.
that's why I agree with the court case. But I think the ruling, the MiCAR for the companies, I think that's fine. I mean, we have like millions of euros flowing through our hands every day, or let's say month, and that's customers' money. So I think it's good that is regulated. I do object to the regulation of the self-custodial. What you see in the United States is they're trying to have you register as a minor, or have to register as a Bitcoin user personally. That should be averted. So, and then to your question, well, I'm a bit of a Plan B guy, at least what he was before he went commercial. So I think the 4-year cycle is standing strong for now. So I expect Bitcoin to rise this year following the halving. And then next year, in 2025, it will probably reach its peak. And it will also probably tumble down. Not everybody agrees, but that's mostly logical. So that's the outlook on Bitcoin rate. I hope it will reach like 150 next year, euros, 1,000 euros.
Yeah.
And I hope on the technical side that Lightning will be easier to integrate or easier available.
How do you see the liquid proposal?
I'm not sure. I must admit that I have not really used Liquid yet.
Okay.
But it's like an alternative. I mean, it's the Blockstream
Yes.
sidechain, you could say.
Because most people, well, most people, what is most people? But I read a lot that many people are giving up on Lightning and are saying like, hey, it's not what we thought or it would be. And liquid, go liquid now, and they push it more towards liquid. And for me, this liquid is like a Hotel California, because you can put your coins there, but can you take them out? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll make sure that next time we speak in a stream that I'll have read into it.
All right.
I did use Lightning for small payments online as in person, and it worked very well.
As long as the group is small, it will work. But if I have a business or I am working and every month I have some cash flow that has to move in or out of Bitcoin, you are going to experience the same congestion as we experience now with Bitcoin in a way, because it's just too many people. I cannot see how it's going to work. in a way. I wish it was, but if I need to make one transaction per month, it's
Yeah,
still
but
too much.
well, these channels can live for longer, and I think most, like for example, Bitcasa is running a node connecting like over 100 companies, and they process these payments for them. So for the
Yeah, but
individual
then
customer,
that is the self custody that you lose in a way. So
no,
because
not necessarily. I mean, the customers who pay can have a self custody wallet.
yeah.
Well, and I'm not sure if it's too bad if like a second layer is not completely self custody. It's a bit like
Okay.
if you
Yeah.
walk around with smaller amounts of money, which is easy to spend, and you can send it to your own self custody wallet again. It's like, yeah,
I'm very much a big proponent of the UTXOs coming from your own place, and but yeah. Um, again, Robert, I made a little mistake in inviting you too late, and that I take full
oh,
blame
it's no
for that.
problem.
But we
Yeah,
already have our next guest
I understand.
sitting here. You feel
Roman.
free to stay a little bit. Roman van Rey, he is building the Referent app, and when I looked into that, I felt like maybe one day in my life I'm gonna vote again because I have already declared democracy dead a long time ago, and I say that it's all been corrupted
And now
because of
Roman
that
revived
crazy.
it.
But Roman is building an app that wants to use blockchain technology to basically have a referendum on everything that comes forward to vote on. And then the party is going to vote on whatever the users of his app tell him to vote, if that is the right introduction. So, Robert,
Yes.
feel free to stay. Feel free to ask your questions to Roman also. Or if you want to say something more, if you have a specific thing to share with us, I would love to hear.
Not currently.
Floor is yours.
Not
But
currently, but thank you for having me. And I'll switch to the stream. I'll look up the stream, and
great.
I'll make sure I'm available next time you have a day party.
Cool. Well, for sure next year, but we will see how things evolve and work out. I always enjoy to pick your brain a little bit because, like I already said before, there is not so many of us that really dedicate all their time towards this evolving or this development of blockchain. And I really support your company Bit My Money, for example, and the way how you are trying to explain a very difficult topic in layman's terms to people that just yeah how to make people curious. People can
Yeah.
only learn if they are curious about something, and I think you do a great job on that. So congratulations with all you already achieved, and I hope that the upcoming court case will not have
No.
make you. But
It will stand, I think. Okay. Yoshi and Johan, see you later.
Thank you
hey,
very much.
Robert,
Bye bye.
thanks.
Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.